Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Wow, you guys are okay? Wow, I was really feeling the food coma and you saw me in the corner. I was just like, oh, but the food is so good. I hope everyone's feeling great. I have something very interesting, a rabbit hole that I was in a couple of months back, and I hope that this enlightens everybody. So, let's get a woo! Okay, great. Alright, as you can see here from the title, Feminism That Doesn't Hate Men, it is quite clickbait, and that is also its purpose, but also it has a deeper meaning behind my talk today. So I clearly didn't think about how bright the slide is going to be, but I'm just going to introduce myself. So my name is Charissa Ong, and here is what I will say, and this is a snapshot of my life. So basically, whatever I say here today, I think we should address my privilege first. So at least whatever I say, whatever my perspective is, my recommendations, you know where it's coming from. So, I was in TEDxUTM in 2022 during COVID. Whoever that organized this did a really good job. We were all in Gather Town. It was very, very cute. Lots of activities. And I really had a good time. So, I think the talk's on YouTube. You can just go check out Work Life What. Basically, I talk about work-life balance because I do a bunch of things in my life. So my career, as mentioned, I lead a team of 20 people in PlayStation Studios in Asia, and I fly around the world to help games become better than they should be. So if you play Last of Us, or you play Horizon Zero Dawn, or any PlayStation title, or Marathon is the recent one that we are working on, we have a dab at that. So I'm always looking out to talent and finding who can join my team. I also do community work. I talk a lot. I'm a professional yapper. I talk about anything under the sun as long as you give me a title, like today. And part-time, I own my own publishing company. I've been doing this for 10 years. And I have a suite of titles of poetry and novels and short stories that I publish. And to date, we have sold 70,000 books. It's something that I talk about because it's just an achievement, basically in Malaysia, right? Indie publishing is hard. So other stuff I like to do, of course, I like to play games. That's why I'm working in the game industry. I like to do sports. I like to draw. I like to learn languages and whatever. I like to paint. So I have multi interests. And I'm also very privileged to be able to have all of this every day that I can just kind of do. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to talk about a topic that's pretty heavy, just like our lunch. So, I hope everyone can open up their heart to understand this perspective. And it is a very sensitive topic because it deals with current events that has happened in Malaysia and also around the world. So why talk about the F word? So the word feminism currently is a weapon, actually now, used to divide people. The moment you identify yourself as a feminist, people look at you weirdly. Like, are you sure? Do you know what it means? Are you just calling yourself that so that you can identify with a group to hate another gender? So basically the original meaning of it does not have a positive connotation anymore. And honestly, people just don't know how to be a healthy feminist. There's just so many types of ways and tutorials and videos out there teaching you how to be something inaccurately. So we call this modern misandry. Right. So I'm not only going to cover modern misogyny, but also modern misandry. So we should reflect. And basically, misandry is the hatred of or the prejudice against men or boys. So if you ever heard this statement before on TikTok saying, now I know sexuality is a choice because why am I not a lesbian? Why am I not attracted to women? Why am I still attracted to men? You know, statements like this seem really harmless to women because they find it funny, but honestly, it's really hurtful. If you turn the table around and men say stuff like that, it's not going to fly. And now we look at modern misogyny. Of course, you know the blue and the red pill from the Matrix film. The blue pill saying that if you take it, then you are blind to the realities of the world and you just live your life like a robot. And if you take the red pill, you see everything clearly. So that particular concept is actually butchered and also modified to fit the manosphere's ideology. I think if you kind of like researched it, it's not really that binary of red pill and blue pill. Down the rabbit hole I went and I found out that there is a purple pill, a black pill, and a white pill. So the blue pill still serves the meaning as what I said. I like how the guy is having like hand binoculars. I will share the slides as soon as TEDxUTM can allow me to share the slides. So just follow my LinkedIn. So the purple pill is right in between of the red and blue. So the purple one recognizes that, wow, the male species is being like put below the women's species, but they reject extreme misogyny. But basically they're aware. For the red one, they're like, oh, they're aware that women are kind of making men subservient. So the red pill are people that actually look max themselves. What is look max? Look max is you go to the gym, you eat healthy, and try to make yourself hot. Make yourself hot and make yourself have a lot of money so you're desirable. But if that doesn't work out, you kind of go into the black pill. So unfortunately, some kids out there, they decided that their appearance cannot change anymore and they believe in genetic determinism, which means they believe that they will be ugly forever. So what they do is that they try to take power into their own hands and then they become violent and they go into the dark side of nihilism and they try to take power back by stabbing people. So that is not a good thing. And the white pill, let's talk about something more brighter, right? The white pill are the people of the manosphere that have graduated from all these other colors of pills. They are the one that is spreading healthy masculinity and educating the other pillars to stop, because they have evidence that this ideology does not help and is not sustainable. So if you go through the Reddits, which I do not recommend, you will see the Reddits of white pillars trying to change the mindset of these red pillars and black pillars. They still exist, and they still try their best. So I really applaud these white pillars, if you are here. Anyone that's listening. So the key myths of modern misogyny is that, I'm not in any way promoting this ideology, please don't, is that feminism has created an unjust, equal society, and it's saying that it's a zero-sum kind of community, environment, and that traditional gender roles are natural and the correct order. Women have to cook. No work. A woman's worth is primarily determined by her relationship with men. So she is worth of value as long as she is Trump's wife or anyone in power's wife. So that makes her valuable. So that's what they think. Of course, they also think that they are sexually entitled to sex. Basically, that's what incels mean, because they're involuntarily celibate. Because I'm celibate, not by my choice, but because of the rejection of women. So this is their mindset. And they use online platforms, of course, like Reddit and etc., to monetize and spread these myths, right, around. And they do target and radicalize young youths with this particular ideology. And of course, it creates echo chambers, because what you get is instant gratification. And some of them, they really want instant gratification and they see it as a success. So basically, that's really dangerous. So down more of the rabbit hole that I went, and I found Morpheus Manfred. He was one of the moderators on the Red Pill subreddit in 2016. So this ideology is a long time ago. And when he actually found his wife through the Reddit, and he said that he created this Reddit, or he's moderating this Reddit because he wanted men to have a safe space to ask questions about women so that they don't get ridiculed. Because men don't have a safe space like women do. They get accused, they get questioned, they get belittled every time they ask a question when they're just curious. And that sucks. So, that's why he said we wanted a place where men could discuss masculine topics without facing the same issues, because feminists are quick to trigger, to try to take down anything they consider wrong. So that's where the divide comes. I don't know if has anyone seen this film, this art of a film. If you haven't, please get Netflix and watch it. Every single episode, 1 hour episode, is done in one take. And all the emotions are so real, it is crazy. So this is a very good film for you guys to dive deep, and this deals about the red pill, black pill ideology. And this shows how complex it is to really talk to someone who is already so into the manosphere. And it just shows how difficult it is to really change or bring light to the person that's already stuck there. So I really, really highly encourage. Also, back to feminism. What is feminism? This is great for our ADHD mind, just going back and forth, so you guys keep you guys on your toes. So historically, feminism is for people to vote, like women to vote. Honestly, if we didn't have the suffrage movement, us girls, we won't be in this school today. We won't be studying, we won't be able to drive, we won't be able to do anything but to just give birth. So we have a lot to thank for the suffrage movements. And contemporarily, we have a pocket of pink over here, and we have many different types of NGOs that's really pressing forward for like anti-sexual harassment and empowerment for girls. So please pay attention to like these contemporary versions of like feminism, because that is like an example of healthy feminism, right? So let's look at living in a matriarchal world. Has anyone seen Barbie? Of course. Yeah? So in an ideal world, this doesn't look so nice either, isn't it? Where every woman is empowered, but again, they put men down. And what happens? They rebel. And it's kind of like the same thing that's happening now with us. But this is just in another parallel world that Barbie has illustrated for us. So living in a fully matriarchal world is not really that utopian. So we got two flames here, misandry and misogyny. Big, big fires burning. So who should win? Oh man, the font is really like... Okay, so I'm just going to read out. What I think, but you can challenge me on this, is that we can use Kim Scott's radical candor framework to kind of combat this. So you have challenging directly on the horizontal plane and caring empathetically on the vertical plane. So let's say if you look at the bottom quadrant, if you challenge someone directly and you don't care for them empathetically, you're going to be on the bottom right quadrant, and you're just going to get defensiveness from the other side. And if you don't challenge directly, then you just ignore it, and but then you don't care for them, nothing gets changed, and that's ignorance. So that's the two quadrants I like to highlight. And the top one, of course, is radical candor, which I will talk right now about. So look, there's a splash. How can we reduce this double fires? Because you can't fight fire with fire, right? It just becomes bigger fire. So these are real examples that have been said to me the past 10 years of me working in tech. Because tech is a male-dominated industry, right? So they said stuff like, next time don't speak, I should be the one giving ideas in the room, not you. They said stuff, it's so easy, even you can understand it. You shouldn't work, you should stay at home and cook, take care of the kids. You're the only woman and the girl in this table. Are you sure you want to come? Oh, it's Charissa's turn to speak now. What trouble will she bring us this time? Not very nice, isn't it? These are real examples, by the way, and some very recent. So, how did I graciously manage this? So, applies to both men and women, by the way. I have challenging directly. So what I do is I document like crazy. Whenever something happens, I document it down. I have witnesses, I get their witness accounts, and I document it. That's why I love true crime. That's why I love going down rabbit holes. It's part of like who I am. So I state facts, and I stay pragmatic and objective. I have a solid plan, so it doesn't happen again. And of course, I stayed calm, and I knew who to ask for help. This is like blatant misogyny, directed directly at me, right? 1 minute? Oh gosh. So, let me just skip to role models and man box. And also these two role models, Emma Watson. So what they do is they really basically just empower and promote healthy feminism. So for guys, what is your man box? How did you grow up? What did he tell you? Is it like your emotions are like not valid and etc.? Should you be tough? Should you not cry? So analyze this. I know you know this TikTok trend about how you want to punch the wall and somebody hugs you at the end. Tell me what it feels like. Yeah, this one. This is an example of a positive trend. Okay? Also for us girls and guys, think about the 4 Ds. Be direct, distract, delay, and delegate. Let's say you see something horrible happening in your life. Distract the perpetrator, delay the situation, and everything. One thing I want to highlight is that I was done, okay. So just ending it up, be virtuously angry, but not viciously angry. Thank you very much.